Good job, guys.
Welcome back.
We're back. Oh, my mouth. You want to do the intro?
I got you guys. Welcome back to the Sports Triad podcast, #1 podcast in, what would you guys call it?
The world.
No, it's
Totally the world.
not even close.
This half of the galaxy.
All right. We got a big time guest, our man Nick Clark. Welcome to the pod.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. We appreciate you. Local Gregg Popovich is what I call him.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so we will get into this pod right after the break.
Hey, Sports Triad listeners. Want to share your opinions, give feedback, or tell us what you're thinking? Send us a voice message.
Voice messages are an easy way for you to send us audio that might end up in a future episode of the Sports Triad podcast. They're the latest feature from Anchor, the platform that we all use to make this podcast work.
You can send us a voice message right now from wherever you're listening from. Let us know who you want to hear from next, what you thought of our episode, and even questions for a future Q&A session. Just tap the link in our show notes below to get started. We can't wait to hear from you.
Welcome back. We are here for podcast number 16.
Damn.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Podcast number 16.
Wow.
We've got
made it this far with you guys. Nice.
Yeah. I can't wait for it to be over.
Yeah. I think this is the last one for me. I'm done.
All right, you heard it first there. Ethan's retiring, so don't be expecting him next Wednesday. But we've got
I hate these
NBA, NHL, FIFA World Cup, Bachelorette. T's embarrassing story because he lost. They got next, and we got our guy Nick Clark, Coach Nick Clark.
Yes, sir.
Once again,
Yes,
thanks
sir.
for coming on.
Of course, man.
T, let's get us right into NBA.
What do you guys think? I mean, some pretty interesting games so far. Like, we'll start off. We usually start off with me going off about the NBA, and then they chime in. But we're gonna start with our guests. What do you think about the finals?
Man, I had this whole speech ready to tell Bryce I'm sorry for your loss. I'm gonna dress in all black to come over.
Oh, funeral.
But Draymond Green's fingertips saved the day. Saved the day.
I'm telling you, dog. And that was a close shot at the end there by Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, it was really right on the other side of the.
Kyle
back.
Lowry sucks.
Not true.
I hate Kyle
Now,
Lowry.
I tweeted something. I don't know if you guys voted on it or saw it, but I tweeted a poll, and it was, is Kyle Lowry a top 10 point guard?
No.
What do you guys think? You guys don't think so?
No,
No,
top 10.
I don't think you can name 10 better point guards.
So you're with
do it right now.
agree.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I mean,
Think about it.
Kyrie, Steph, Kemba,
Westbrook.
Westbrook, Dame.
Okay. How many is that? 5?
That's 5.
Okay.
Who
I
else?
don't even know. Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
He's a point guard.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go through the teams because I know all the. Okay.
But I mean, see, off the
Think
top of your
about
head,
it.
you can't think of.
Think about it, because Kyle Lowry's a household name.
You know. Okay, no. Currently, right now, maybe top 10.
Okay, D'Lo. D'Lo's a
Yeah, I was
good
about
one.
to say
Okay.
D'Lo.
D'Lo's a good one. He's more of a 2.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. Who?
But I
Milwaukee
mean,
doesn't have a point guard that's good enough. Denver, no. Portland, they have
Chris
one.
Paul.
Chris Paul. What is that? 8?
That's
Yep.
8.
Dude, there's not another point guard
you
that's
can't.
better.
You can't really think of. I mean, there's tens a
Drew
lot.
Holiday's good, and Mike Conley when healthy is really good. So he hovers 9 to 12. But I don't think you can put 10 dudes in front of him.
At any given night, I mean, he can go off. Like, he has that potential. Like, if he
Yeah.
gets hot, I mean,
He woke up after round 1. Round
He did,
1,
yeah,
he
yeah.
looked terrible.
He did.
Oh, yeah.
He looked really bad
He
in
looked
the
like
first
playoff
round.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry.
He looked like you're right. He looked like normal playoff Lowry.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't know. I think that it just had that. I don't know about you guys, but it had that feeling like that shot wasn't supposed to go in.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
It wasn't a Kawhi dribble straight to the right baseline
No
corner
way.
and throw it up, and it just looked like
I was sitting on a chair like this
last 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago.
2 nights
Because
ago.
it's technically Wednesday.
Okay,
But it's really Tuesday.
We're recording this Tuesday night.
I thought this was Sunday night.
Ethan, shut up! Dude.
Okay,
You're
so
wearing a Maple Leafs Blue Jays shirt.
Okay.
that has nothing to do
And
with anything.
Yeah, we're talking about.
you're wearing a pink ass doghouse shirt.
Whoa, bad word.
Oh, no, that's the sound you make.
That's your bad word alarm.
So I mean, it just felt like it wasn't supposed to go in.
I just, and the close up of Draymond Green's fingertips, he barely touched that ball.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
But he changed the path of it.
yeah, he definitely changed it. I think. What do you guys think?
Yeah, bro.
7 games, 6 games.
6.
So you think that they're
Yeah.
gonna go?
I'm sorry,
up,
Bryce.
You think they're going up in?
I just got the meanest look.
Here's
from
my thing.
Bryce
Here's
right
my
now.
thing. I just don't see the Warriors losing 3 games at home in
Okay.
one series.
In their last.
Okay, fair. I give you that.
Yeah.
But pre-injury, Kevin Durant doesn't start that game. You take away the start he had,
Yeah.
Warriors lose.
How about that? How about that injury though?
I said before the game, I've been talking to a guy I work with for a week now about how it was an Achilles. Every camera angle from behind him,
Oh, yeah.
it was on his ankle, the ice pack. It wasn't on his calf. I
Yeah.
said his Achilles is strained, it's strained, it's strained.
I've been saying that. I've been saying that they've been fake. I've been saying they've been lying.
Quarter and a half in.
Yeah.
I mean, did
Pops.
you see the slow-mo?
Did you see the slow-mo? It
Oh.
shoots up because that's what happens. Like a rubber band.
Yeah.
So whenever it gets cut, it pops up into
Mm-hmm.
your calf, and that's why everyone thought when he first heard it, like, because like usually it's like a non-contact thing.
Right,
so.
right.
You feel like someone hits it, so that's why he looked back and thought someone hit his Achilles like on the bench, like
Yeah.
or on in the stands, but it wasn't. So that's why from the get go, I thought they had been lying, which is a massive fine. Like it's it's like you
Huge.
can get pics removed, you can get it's obviously a huge
Yeah,
fine.
that's a huge
Yeah, it's
fine.
massive fines. I think that they were lying the whole time. I never thought it was a calf strain. You wouldn't be out for 33 days if it was
Well,
a calf
if you
strain.
if you just listen to Steve Kerr after the game, it was so obvious that Bob Myers pushed that through.
Oh, 100%. That
Like
was his,
Steve Kerr
yeah.
sounded like he was like, well,
This is
yeah,
what
nothing I
happens.
could have done about it.
But your pops, Bryce, said something about rushing him back was like not like it was not there was nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, so, I mean, here's my thing. My dad's a physical therapist, so he works with stuff like this. Not like a calf injury. He works more with, like, spinal cord. So,
Yeah.
we're talking like...
But at that point, if you're at the
Yeah.
top level, which is
You've been through all this
a
stuff.
professional,
And here's
yeah.
my dad actually tore his calf playing in the Meerscheidt League about 10 years
Has he
ago.
played since?
No, dude, it was the first game of the season.
Shut up,
Like,
Bully.
2 quarters in, I get a text message that my dad had busted his calf. And here's the thing. He says there were times where he wasn't probably fully healed. He still doesn't play any pickup basketball because he's scared of his calf.
Yeah.
But there were times where he just didn't trust it.
Yeah, the
Like, you
phantom
could feel
stuff.
it.
Yeah, you feel it.
Well, the other thing is he's always had Achilles problems too. So my dad knows all about this calf Achilles stuff. But yeah, yesterday I could tell. Remember when I was telling you? I was like, I think that's an Achilles.
Yeah, I've been
Because
saying. Yeah.
he grabbed down at the bottom and was feeling. It
Yeah,
was
if
there.
you look, he was
Not
right
there.
right above his shoe.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's tough for him too because he's going into a off season where he's getting max.
he's also getting older. I mean, he's 30.
Right.
He's 30 years old, which is technically not old, but
So-
Yeah, that hurt me a
For
little
NBA,
bit.
that's kind of old.
and for the NBA, it is
Yeah,
older.
Fair.
So question. Oh, dude, that train scared me.
Sorry.
We're like a block away from the train. But here's my thing.
Blocked from sand.
Block from train.
Block from the train.
Here's the thing. Does this affect his free agency at all?
Yes.
Let's say why.
In theory, he's out for a year.
Yeah, if it's a
So-
torn Achilles, if it's ruptured, he's out. He's out.
If
He's
it-
out.
Yeah, if it's torn or ruptured, who's gonna spend max money on a guy they're not gonna get?
Yep.
What would you say? It's possible that he just takes a year off, doesn't sign with the team, and waits till he's healthy. I mean, obviously, he's missing out on a lot of money. He'd only be making money from his brand deals, which is enough to.
Yeah, he'd be fine.
It'd be enough for probably the average human to live for 25
Yeah,
years. You know what I mean?
Oh,
For a
yeah.
brand deal off of Nike. But
he
I
might
don't
have a
think he
choice.
will do that.
I don't know if I'll have a choice.
I
He
think
might. You might take a year off. What?
Yeah.
There's no. What is the point? I guess the benefit of being in an organization where you don't have to pay for that stuff. 'Cause,
Right,
Like,
right.
He might still not have to pay for it because technically he's the second or first best player in the league, so he might not have to pay for that regardless.
Right.
But
I mean, that's not a terrible idea for him. Just to take a year off, and then he can
Just
kind of look at the landscape of the league, and
Guys who done it before.
maybe he's sees a small market team like Minnesota.
for those who don't know, we got a
Gets
Minnesota Timberwolves fan.
gets a little bit of money freed up.
Let's talk about that. What did you think of the whole Jimmy Butler fiasco this
Oh
year?
Jimmy Butler.
How much would on a scale? How much money would you have paid to go watch that practice? That one practice
I
that
would
you
have
went to.
paid years of my bartending compensation
Just to
go watch.
sit
Just
in-
to sit. And it's funny because I'm a huge Derrick Rose fan. I
Yeah.
love Derrick Rose, and he has that book coming out, and he said some stuff about Karl Towns that hurt me because I love Derrick Rose, but obviously Karl Towns is our guy.
Yeah.
But then he said that everybody made such a big deal about that practice, but Jimmy Butler scored 2 points. He scored 1 basket.
So like he must have just locked everybody up.
Yeah,
Must
I mean-
have got everybody involved because he played with like the reserves.
third team,
Yeah,
yeah,
third
like-
team guys. So he must have.
Dog, that's
You know how good you have to be and how well you have to play to stand out that much
Oh,
where
yeah.
you don't even score.
Oh yeah, I mean that whole situation was tough. I remember draft night when we traded Levine and picked up Jimmy Butler in that deal with Chris Dunn and the draft picks.
How long have you been a fan?
My whole life. I
Okay,
grew
so
up,
what
I
did
grew
you?
up there.
So how? Going back to another memorable draft night where they drafted 2 point guards in the first round,
okay.
Johnny Flynn and Rubio.
Look, man.
What'd you think about that? Because that was what were they thinking? They're just gonna pick one and cut the other?
So I think they thought that Rubio was going to be a drafted stash. I think he was going to come over.
And he was really good
And
when
he
he
was
got here.
really good.
Really good. And he
And
tore the ACL.
Johnny Flynn was supposed to be the guy.
Yep.
And he just wasn't.
Makes sense.
Yeah, thankfully we didn't know how good Steph Curry was at the time, or I would have been really mad.
Yeah, because
we passed on
thinking
him
back
twice.
at it now, yeah. That's cool. So you've been through the years with big
Yeah,
ticket.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, me and Nick, we had plenty of mornings at Andale's Doghouse where we would be talking about the Timberwolves. And that was back before I met Nick. I didn't know a damn thing about the Timberwolves.
I used to.
Damn thing.
God, his name was Oliver Miller. I don't know if you know who that guy. Yeah. He played for my dad, and I remember I went to a game in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Just big O. He was massive, and that was still when they had Kevin Garnett.
Oh,
They had some good teams.
Hey man, the sleepers on that team.
Yeah.
Troy Hudson was a guy. Wally
I was
Zerbiak.
literally just about to say it.
Wally Zerbiak, greatest 6'7" white dude ever in the NBA.
Wally Zerbiak.
Michael
man.
Olowokandi.
Oh my
That's
god!
yeah.
I remember it
What a
Can
name.
you say that one more time?
Michael Olowokandi.
He was a
Olowokandi.
I forgot about that, dude.
All right, so for Nick that doesn't probably know, we do. Ethan sets a random timer.
Okay.
And when he goes off, he has to tell a stupid dad joke.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh yeah, so
I'm ready.
Nick is a dad too, so Nick's ready for this.
I'm gonna judge this scale of 1 to 10.
Why is Peter Pan always flying?
Why?
Wait, hold up. We get he always
Oh,
gets.
we're gonna guess?
Yeah, we can guess.
Why is Peter Pan always flying?
Cause he's.
Something about Neverland?
I don't know.
Because he never lands!
Dude, you suck at these. No, that was a good
I'd
one.
like to point out that I am winning like 13-7.
Okay,
Hey,
we're not,
coming back,
we're not
brother.
supposed to win these. You have such an upper hand. You know the answer.
Something about Neverland.
Never lands.
Alright, there we go. What were we talking about?
Just the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that was it.
We have the NBA Finals going on. We're talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's a.
Let's come full circle back to the NBA Finals. What do you got something to say?
Yeah. I am not a fan of the Toronto Raptors fan base anymore.
Oh, because of that?
Yep.
And
That's tough.
it's crazy. You probably have seen it. They've been put on like a pedestal.
Mhm.
They've been put above everybody else because they are.
True.
Have you guys seen the video of him of them asking to trash talk the Golden State Warriors? No, we don't do that here. We do not. We believe in friendship, and I was like, what? But now after that, who knows how they are? Because cheering someone for a ruptured Achilles, no joke.
You know that video of the Nets bench where they're all dancing, going crazy?
Oh yeah.
It said, nobody, not a soul. And it was like all of the Raptor fans inside Scotiabank, and it was just the video of all.
Oh, after you got hurt, that's
Yeah.
funny.
That was awful.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
messed
and,
up.
you, and you'd think Kyle Lowry came out and said that the fans didn't know the extent of the injury. Yes, they did.
Okay,
they knew that he's been out for a while.
And for the people that were as close as they were, he was holding his Achilles.
The same leg, you would think maybe he's holding his arm. That's a little different, but he's holding the same leg in the same spot that he hurt however long ago that happened.
Right.
And
I
it's
mean, credit to Kyle Lowry for hushing the
Getting it
crowd.
Oh yeah, that was good. I'm glad they did that. But yeah,
I mean, they shouldn't have had to have them.
Right, exactly.
That's the thing.
They should know, and other arenas know that. Other fan bases know. Even Boston, who's known as being a really hard Boston and Philadelphia, who boo their own fans.
Tough sports.
I mean, I don't know how many other good franchises boo their own fans. Boston has 17 banners, 18 banners, something like that, and they still boo their fans. Philadelphia has a lot.
The Knicks.
The Knicks do it. Well, Knicks are just the Knicks are the Knicks. That's always going to happen. They'll get booed for winning.
Wait, boo their own fans?
You mean you boo their own
Boo their
players?
own players.
You
Whatever.
kept saying that, and I was like,
Yeah, the players
Makes sense. The
Actually,
players
the
are booing
players
the
are on the
fans.
court
They're
going.
Sorry, we're losing.
dude,
Is
I was like, dude, what am I missing here?
that Rona? Yeah, booing their own team is what I meant to say.
There you go.
So just plug that.
Is there anything else at NBA Finals?
I
What
mean-
you were going to say? You were going to say something, and then I.
What do you guys think Toronto? What do you guys think Toronto goes from here and Golden State goes from here?
Golden State keeps winning. Steph Curry keeps.
Can we get an unbiased answer, please?
I think if Steph comes out on fire for Game 6, and he's hot from 3, hitting his shots, and I think if Clay is hot as well, and they got a
Everybody
good
knows.
start.
Game 6 Clay. That's what
Yeah.
they call him.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a real thing.
Yeah, if those two are hot from the start and they stay relatively warm throughout the game, then I think that it goes 7.
It's also
But-
in Oracle. It helps.
Yeah, that'll help,
Doesn't hurt.
especially being the last
That's
game
what, yeah.
that's
It's
ever
the last
played
game
Oracle.
ever played Oracle. Then they
Oh,
just.
that's true.
Yeah, it's the last game
They're
ever.
gonna have
They're
a
gonna
lot.
lose it.
They're gonna have a lot. They're gonna have a lot going for them.
God, dude, why would you not feel confident right now if you're the Warriors?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just so tough because if they shut down one of the two,
Yeah.
if they put Kawhi on Steph or Clay,
Yep.
they're not going to have their way. They're going to hit shots just because that's who they are. That's what they do. But if
I think their effect and their footprint will be
It's
less
huge.
less noticeable if
Absolutely.
you take one away.
absolutely
Because they're going to get their shots up regardless.
Oh.
Like, you look at the box score, like, wow, we did a really good job. Oh, he still got 26 shots up.
yeah.
But he only made 12 instead of 17. you know?
Right.
It's crazy. So, I mean, what do you guys think? How many more games?
Depending on what happens.
Who's going to win? Raps, Warriors?
If the Splash Brothers start off hot, then
W
it goes
lead
7.
those
And I think
games.
if it goes 7, I think the Warriors win
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Nick?
because they're going to be.
He's gonna say Raps and 6.
He also said Raps in 5.
I did, and I was wrong. I was almost right, Kyle Lowry.
You were almost right, dude.
I still think Raptors in 6. man.
You said Raps in 5 at first?
I did.
Oh my! I think I said Raptors in 6 or 7. I can't remember.
So I don't know. It's all gonna be based off what Kawhi does defensively, because then there's
He didn't
the-
do great on Durant.
No, but then Draymond Green might have the game of his life
I hope not.
out of
If he gets-
nowhere.
If he gets another technical, then he's suspended for Game 7, and then they lose. So that means he's
Tight.
that means he's responsible for 2 finals losses.
I really hate haters.
That's all right. I love Draymond Green, but he's the type of dude that you hate unless he's on your team.
Very true.
There you go.
I like.
It's like Marcus Smart. Everybody hates Marcus Smart. No one likes that dude.
He likes
I
Draymond.
like Draymond. I'm a Heat fan.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I like
How about-
Draymond too.
Did you guys see that thing the other day? It said Miami Heat are pursuing Chris Paul if he becomes available.
That's silly.
Okay, who isn't?
Yeah.
No, but like
I'm pursuing Chris.
why?
For the local
Why?
Shine League.
The Heat are so far away from contention. Like there is no reason for
He
them.
wouldn't go there.
No, there is no reason for them to chase after Chris Paul.
The only thing that there is strip clubs
Yeah.
right now. There's no LeBron.
And beaches.
LeBron James.
They're still paying Chris Bosh
Beach.
$29 million to almost die.
Can we just talk about if the Raptors don't sign Vince Carter next year? I might not watch
Oh
the NBA.
yeah.
Oh,
I would
Oh, is he?
no.
Is he? He's technically free. He's just been signing. Get out of here, Tango. Tango, go lay down.
Oh, he is mad.
That's a girl. You keep getting that. You called him. You called him.
Oh, did he just come over here and bust
Oh,
one?
he did. It's a girl. These dogs definitely like to leave stink.
Oh my god, dude!
The upside to being a dad is that doesn't affect me anymore.
Okay, all right. So that's it for the NBA. Now we'll move into that. We have a father in the room.
Yes.
A father, a coach, a do-it-all, a bartender. What else you doing?
Former server.
A soon-to-be house owner.
Food soon to
Okay,
be
so
made.
talk
There
about.
we go.
Talk
Let's start. Since we just left basketball, let's
Okay.
talk about. Great timing for that.
That's a quick one. Does that mean it's half a joke?
You know what was that?
I don't know why it stopped.
Let me guess. 4.
13-7.
4.
That's my guess for the joke.
It's a golf joke. Get it?
He has
4.
He has,
Ooh,
he
that
had,
was a good
he had-
dad
but
joke.
he had no idea.
That's alright.
He was saying 4 as in the number.
Get off
Can
my
you
blanc.
make the dad joke so we can get into the dad.
What did the blanket say as it fell off the bed?
The blanket.
What did the blanket say as it fell off the bed?
What do you use blankets for? Be warm.
Oh, yes. What, dude, get away from me. He said warm and cuddly.
Wait, it's falling off the bed?
Yeah.
It's like,
What did the blanket say as it fell off the bed?
I got nothing.
I don't know.
Oh, sheet.
Oh, sheet. Help me, sheet.
I should have known that.
No, you shouldn't. How are you going to get that?
Well,
Okay, now let's talk about it. Since we're going to get away from the NBA Finals, we're going to segue into hoops
Okay.
as far as Nick Clark. So
Total hoops.
talk about what that
Nick
is.
Clark, like I said, is the Greg Popovich of Las Cruces. How many years have you been coaching here in Cruces?
7, 8.
7 or 8?
Yeah.
Started off pretty young, right?
Started off with kindergartners.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how I remember
How
that
easy
shit.
is that?
Man. Well, to mine and my staff's credit, we had the same group of kids for 5 years, and we
Oh,
lost.
okay. So you got to.
We only lost one game.
One game in 5 years?
I lost 3 this morning.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
One
That's
game.
foreshadowing because this comes out on Wednesday. I'm just foreshadowing my team is going to lose 3 games today. My team lost.
One game in 5 years.
What was the name of the team?
The Little Buckets.
Oh, that's
Little
right.
Yeah,
Buckets.
Little Buckets.
That's right.
We lost by 1 in overtime. It was our only loss.
What year was that in your 5
That
years?
was 4th grade year.
And was it
Year
like a
4.
regular season playoff
Regular
game?
season. Regular
So
season.
you never lost a playoff game?
No. Won a city championship every year.
Damn.
And then from there moved on to Camino 6th graders
Okay.
that are going to be freshmen this year.
Oh.
So that was 3 years ago.
How did that team do?
I think we were like 4 and 5 regular season, 1-2 what we lost in the semifinals.
I feel like that age group is really hard because you got kids hitting puberty at different levels.
Yeah.
Because like I'm watching Brady go through it right
Right.
now, and there could be a really dominant team that nobody's gonna touch.
Right.
It was like the Chaos.
Yeah, like
Chaos
Chaos.
and I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
United too. I played
Yeah.
for Chaos and I had never been part of a winning team.
Right.
So
Dude, I played for the team called the Matadors. My ball bully coach did.
I played for the Mustangs.
Dude, I don't want to hear it.
I never
You
heard
have
of
no idea about the Matadors. Try like
that team
me.
good?
No. Riley Folkman was on there. Joe Fulbright, Jesse Watson, Gabe Pacheco.
Jesse Watson.
Yes, dude, it was
Bro.
terrible.
On our team, it was me, Jake Giblin, Sam Ellis. That's it.
I had Tony Zamora, Josh Harrison,
Okay.
Zion.
Zion Williamson.
I don't remember his name. Zion Allen.
RJ Barrett, right?
No. It was Tyus.
Cam Reddish?
No.
Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones. Who else did I have? Oh, Bobby and Sam and Sammy.
Dude, that's
and
basically
Mikey.
the chaos that you're describing.
That's what team I was on.
Oh, are you stupid? I thought you said United or something.
No, that was the other team that was good. That was like it was Chaos and United. That Hunter Thomas was on that United team,
Hunter,
and like
that's
Smiley
my guy.
and Smiley.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's pretty dope.
So yeah, 6th grade with Camino.
Yeah, and then the next year I went 8th grade at Mesa,
Oh, okay.
which was tough. I
Yeah.
got like the C team.
Oh,
Yeah, because
okay.
I signed late to coach there. Like I signed 2 weeks before the first game, so I just kind of got thrown a team, and it was rough.
Oof.
It was a rough year. Didn't
Mesa.
win a game.
Oh, really?
Went 0-5.
You guys played 5 games.
That's all. Yeah, that's it. Went 0-5. Done.
one game every
No
2
playoffs?
weeks.
Yeah.
First
Number
round.
5 was first round.
Oh, so you
Playoffs.
played 4 games.
Yeah, it was tough. And then got a job. Shout out Steve Heredia. Got a job at Centennial.
Yo, Steve
been there
Heredia.
now.
My guy.
The dude.
Best
Yeah.
of luck to Coach
Yeah.
Heredia. He's probably not even listening.
No way he listens to this.
Like-
But if he does,
Yeah.
there's a
Just
plug
know,
for you.
yeah. Just know that we support you, man. And
Dude, smells
although
so bad.
we're excited for the candidates in the running for the job, we still wish you were the head coach for
Oh,
sure.
absolutely.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
that's my guy. He's done a lot for Bryce and I, and for a lot of people in the
Yeah,
community.
yeah.
He does more, and he's been through a lot. So
Oh,
he's done
absolutely.
more than a lot of people would probably give him credit for.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So after Mesa, you were
This,
at Centennial.
yeah, 2 years at Centennial.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's that been?
It's been good, man. It's been good. Year one.
Some rough years for sure for the program.
Right. Year
A little bit
one.
unfortunate.
Year one, we saw the build-up happening. My freshmen were really good. Our JV was really good. Varsity struggled a little bit, but started to figure it out at the end.
They're young.
Very,
Yeah,
very young.
they're
Very
young.
young. And then this past season, year two for me, you saw some of the really talented younger guys get their varsity love,
Yeah.
get some shots at some playing time, and they really started to figure things out. And I think next year Centennial is going to be very competitive.
Right up there
Very
probably with
competitive.
what Cruces and
Um,
who I don't know. I really don't pay attention to it anymore. I don't know who's supposed to win that district. Is it supposed? I mean, will Cruces probably be the favorite?
I think just based off of the last couple years, I mean,
precedent.
one loss in 2 years in the regular season, it's hard not to favor that team. I think Gadsden's going to be really good.
They're always scrappy. They have the same team. It looks like they have the same. They all look the same.
Yeah.
They never. I think every player has been there for 20 years.
Yeah, they're tough, man. They're
Always.
tough.
Oh, yeah.
They have a couple dudes who are really talented over there.
Yep.
Mayfield has shooters all over the floor.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, they
I've
have
seen their
tons of
practices,
shooters. Alamo up and coming. I watched a couple.
Are they in
of
the
their
district
summer-
now, or
yeah.
they've been in the district?
This will be their second year in the district.
They've been in and out of it too.
Yeah,
And
then
Hobbs, right?
No, Hobbs not anymore.
That was my
for
se-
football. Football Hobbs
Yeah,
was.
see,
That's right.
football,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I don't like
The
that.
last time
Yeah.
Hobbs was is in the district was when my senior year. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
my first year.
Your first year,
My
after
first
my
year.
freshman year in college.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
last year, okay, 2 years ago.
And then Alamo's up and coming. They got some talent that's coming up. Onyate, obviously, they got Ricky, who's a guy.
Yeah, he'll be pretty good.
He can take over whenever he feels like it. It should be good, man. It should be a competitive district. Hopefully Centennial can make a little bit of noise.
Yeah. So stick with high school. Where are you? What's going on with you? In terms of, obviously, there's a lot of turnover and some
Right.
turmoil going on. So where are you at right now?
Before he
Terrence?
says anything, Nick is going to be fine wherever he goes.
Yes.
I know he's got... Dude, how many do you have? Dude, where did you put the time on?
Every
6 minutes and 14
6
seconds.
minutes?
This is
We
the
haven't-
last one.
We haven't done one in like
Whose
3
fault
weeks.
is that? Whose fault is that?
Sorry, we've been doing this like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It's only 9:08. Actually, it's 10 a.m. because that's when this comes out.
See, I'm doing this one because I know that our guy Nick here is a big Star Wars guy.
Oh, he's right.
14 to 7?
You got the tattoo on Star Wars yet or no?
tons. I have.
So
That one looks dope. I like the Iron Man.
Thanks, man.
Did you get that one colored or is that one kind of old?
I just got this one
Okay, it looks new.
oh, we'll get into that too because I love that.
We will.
How did Darth Vader know what Luke got him for Christmas?
Oh man.
I've heard this.
I feel like you guys should edit in a Jeopardy.
I know, dude.
Dude, that would be a good one.
Bro,
I
wait,
could
I've
just
seen
make it
this
just-
one. I've seen this one. Dude, stop.
That's worse. I'd rather have the dog do it. That would be kind of cool.
Wait, dude, I've seen this one.
You've seen it?
I've read it.
5, 4.
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know either. Say it.
He felt his presence.
I knew it! Brother, I've seen that before.
Brother! It's alright, brethren.
Okay, back to what we were talking about.
Okay, high school.
Yes.
Basketball.
Yeah, where you at?
You're gonna be fine because I already know Nick's got one here. He's got one here. He could basically pick.
That's how this
He's at a
business works.
grocery store.
So I have been fortunate enough to have some offers at some other schools in the district.
Okay.
I think I would prefer to stay just because I've grown attachments. You get attached to players that you coach, and there's the guys that were my first freshman team are going to be juniors. I wanted to at least see them out before I ventured off, but we're still waiting on a decision for our head coach. Talked to our AD today, and she said they should have one hopefully by next week. And I really hope that is the case because these boys are losing out on their summer.
and summer's big, dude.
Well, they have 2 weeks and then can't touch them.
Yeah,
Can't touch them
because July. Yeah,
Yeah, have you guys gone to anything yet?
they played that one here.
We played in that Mayfield Classic, and then that was the last thing that any of us were able to coach. They let me coach that, but after that, they're playing in the Cruces Summer League right now. That league that Coach Benjamin puts
Who
together.
coaches that?
So two of the dads are coaching it right now. One of them has previous coaching experience. The other one is really into the game.
Is it Michael's dad?
It's Michael's
Yeah,
dad,
Michael's dad.
And then Alex Nelson's dad.
Yeah. That's a good duo.
Yeah,
to fill in.
they're doing a good job. They played a really good game last night. I went and watched it. They're doing a really good job with them.
Break a pen. What you get?
Is that ink in your mouth right now?
No, go ahead. Keep going.
You guys want to hear a funny story about whenever we played Gadsden in high school?
I would love to hear that story.
Okay, I didn't play basketball.
Okay.
Obviously, you've seen us play in real basketball.
I have seen that, yeah.
There's not much going
You
on.
brought it up against Gad when you talking about Gas earlier, and I've had it in my head since. So it was my junior year of basketball, or the basketball team was playing. It was my junior year, and the varsity team was playing, and one of their point guard was bringing the ball in, and there was like 3-4 seconds left in the game. I shot him in the back of the head from the student section with ice in my Sonic cup. and like it drilled him, and he just made a terrible pass. Joe Ray caught the pass and sank the game-winning 3 as time expired.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say you won the game for them.
Yeah,
pretty
I'm gonna take credit for that.
That's fair.
But then, as soon as it happened, he turned around and like was looking around, and they brought security over, and we all hit our cups behind us, and like we just sat there like, oof, we don't know what's going on, and like that guy like sat on the other side of the court and was just staring at all of us as we're getting up and leaving. He was just looking at all of our drinks, and point guard was pissed.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
What a story that was.
Yeah.
Been wanting to get off my chest.
Alright.
Dude, I keep getting distracted. Where were we?
Still talking about what's it looking like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just looking like now we're going to wait on the announcement. I've talked to one of the other candidates who wants me to come back, and it's just kind of a waiting game right now. Wait till they make the announcement, and we'll see who it is, and then go from there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, well, we're pulling for you, whether it's
Appreciate it.
the top guy, assistant guy, here, down the road, down that road. We obviously want you to keep pursuing that dream you got going on there.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, we're talking about pursuing something, and you're not like the typical guy who is focused on that one thing you're pursuing.
Right.
You got a lot of stuff going on.
Got a ton of other stuff.
Yeah.
And so let's talk. You got twin daughters.
Twin daughters, yes.
Remind me their names.
Annabella Quinn and Lilith Ivy.
Yeah. They're hilarious.
They are. They're
From
fun.
what I've seen on your Snapchat.
They're just. I feel like they just do their own thing.
They do. They do not care. They're
So, talk about one or two things.
Okay.
One, what's it like to have twins? Because
Okay.
that's not very many people get to do that.
Right.
And two, what's it like trying to balance that with basketball and everything else you have on?
Man, having twins it's a trip.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never forget, me and their mother, we found out that she was pregnant, went and did the whole ultrasound thing, and they put the goo on the stomach, and then they put the little camera, I guess.
You know a lot about
this. Right, yeah. I was right there. So they put the little camera, I don't know what they call it, but the camera thing, and they're looking around for the fetus, and I see the one, and I was like, oh man, like, this is real. Like,
There it is.
This is not a false alarm. Like, she's definitely pregnant. And then
Not a false alarm.
and then after the previous 4 times.
Well, and then the ultrasound tech moves the thing over, and then I immediately thought, oh, cool, they have like some sweet 360 camera view showing me all the way around.
Yeah,
And
this thing's 3D in there.
and she's like, did you see that? And I was like, uh-huh. And she was all, there's 2 in there. Which was like, I'm like, I don't know if that was the best verbiage to use. Like, that's, like
2 of them.
So she goes, there's 2. And I was like, what do you mean that there's 2? And she's, you're having twins. And so originally, I was super pumped to be a dad. I've always wanted to be a dad. Best job I've ever had. That's always what I wanted for my life. Their mother was kind of uneasy about it at first. She was scared, understandably. Her first kid, she was a little scared about how things would go. But then they tell us it's twins, and now she's excited. And I am like, have you seen that, like, Key and Peele where he's just sweating?
Oh, yeah.
That was me.
My God, there's 2 of them.
I nervously laughed all the way from the ultrasound room down the elevator into the car on the drive home. Just nervous laugh for like 30 minutes. Like, I was terrified out of my mind. And then 2 girls, icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Super scared.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's hard to even fathom.
I'm not going to have a girl, so.
Man, this guy
Well,
claims he'll never have a girl.
That's what I thought too.
Okay, so yeah, that's what you think. What is it like having girls for all the guys out there that are listening?
You know, the whole like daddy's girl thing is real, man. Like, I mean, I can't speak for any guys who have a son, obviously, because I don't have one. But like, man, I would do some unspeakable things to people if they hurt those children.
Yeah.
Like, I would.
I feel like
Prison is not terrifying anymore. Like, I'm fine with that. Yeah, like,
I feel like it's a bond and like a special connection you have that you can't truly feel until you get in that situation, until you have them.
Definitely.
Like, we understand, like, wow, that's probably a really awesome connection and a cool bond, but we don't really understand the magnitude of it until we actually have one of our own.
Like, as far as siblings go, like, you love your siblings and there's like a really strong bond there, but then when it's your kids, like, it's just that feeling tenfold.
Yeah, how much would you do for Triangle Head?
for Brady. I mean, dude, the kids. I would obviously do a lot. Like, there's when he comes home, there was some freaking punk that apparently pushed him down at school, and I mean, you get like, and same thing with Aaron, I'm sure. You get like inside, you're like mad about it.
Oh, yeah,
Same
you're
thing with
pissed.
your sister. Like, if you were to hear someone talking bad about your sister,
Yeah.
or something of that. matter,
Absolutely.
You obviously like there's something inside, but I can totally see where coming from a dad, twins,
Yeah.
daughters,
Yes.
and how old are they?
They'll be 2 next month.
Dude, why do they seem so much older?
Yeah, they do seem older.
Because they're full of attitude.
Oh, I've seen so many videos of them. They just sit there and they just
They're
talk
hilarious.
back.
No, and then stop it is like their favorite word right now.
Like,
And
that's
I'm like,
enough.
I'm trying to give you a popsicle, and you're telling me to stop it.
I don't want it.
Top 5
Broccoli.
I love when I open his snort.
Some snort chats. I love when I walk into him while he's
No, I'm
sleeping
saying-
and he's snoring.
No, I open his story and he's recording a cabinet, and I'm like, why is he recording a cabinet? The door opens and it's one of the dogs in there. I'm like, what?
And she's like, hi. Everybody probably thinks I'm torturing her. Like,
I put her in here. She hates it.
Oh my god. Yeah. So there's one of like 100 things that Nick is. He's a coach, a dad, bartender.
bartender. Yes.
Talk about that. That's
That-
different for us because he's the only one that's 21, and have you been to Whiskey Dick's yet? Nope.
Man, it pays the bills. I've been doing it for so long. It's just like second nature. It's just one of those jobs that I could, in theory, do forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, Whiskey Dicks. Come see your boy.
Nice little 3-day work week.
Nice 3 day. I mean, I can't complain. I work 3 days or 12 days a month.
Yeah.
3 days a week.
What are those hours?
So every other Friday and then the other Saturday. So 1 week I open Fridays, 1 week I open Saturdays. The open days are 6 to 2.
Dude, I wanted the last one to be the last one.
Dude, what is the score? He's just trying to run up the scores. What he's doing? It's 15-7.
He's gonna at this point just make up jokes that make no sense.
Nick gets to tell this one.
Okay. All right. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
I'm gay. I don't know what.
That's
Think. Janitor jumping out of the closet. Dude, stop.
Sweeping? Why do I feel like something with cleaning?
Clean. Time to clean.
Time to clean.
I don't know.
What is it?
You can tell us.
Supplies.
Supply.
Oh, dude, that's a good one. That has to be one of the best ones.
You just turn the corner and this dude just all good. Supplies!
Your janitor.
Oh, dude. Oh.
Imagine your janitor comes out of the closet. Like 8 a.m. walking to your stats class. Supplies. Oh man, my cheeks hurt.
I think we'll end that. That's the last of the ones for tonight.
You can't top that.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
So, bartending.
Bartending.
What I would always tell these dudes is, because I would work Friday mornings with you at the.
Right.
You used to work at the doghouse with me. So this is what Nick's day would consist of. He would wake up. He would go to practice before the doghouse.
Yep.
He would go from there to the doghouse.
Yep.
Serve tables from 10. Say this were like a Friday night. 10:45 to 4. He's serving at the doghouse. He'll get cut around 2 or 3ish, right?
Right.
He'd go over to the school for their game because they would play on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
He would go over to the school around whatever time. There from the game, the freshmen were at 4.
4, yeah.
Freshmen were at 4. You helped JV?
I sat all the way through.
Sat all the way through. Freshman, JV, varsity. That ends around 9:30, 10. 9:30. Goes from there to Whiskey Dick's
And
until how late do you stay there?
2:33,
Oh.
depending on, yeah.
And then go home and you're waking up the next day and you're doing
Back
something
at it.
else.
Back at it.
So describe what that's like, because you do, brother. You have 2 Red Bulls right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure you were just living off those.
Oh yeah, no, I still do. It was tough. Thankfully, this past season with Centennial, our practices were in the afternoon, so I didn't have to be at practice at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were long days, and then going home to 2 babies and
Because you think about it, that's a lot of time that you're missing out with them too.
yeah, and so that's part of the reason why I left the doghouse is to be able to spend more time with them. But yeah, man, those were wild days.
Dog days, huh?
Wild days.
Like
dog
the 2
days,
days,
summers,
like
yeah.
when you're playing football.
Yeah. Those
But
were tough.
okay, so do you want to get into this part?
Yeah, so that basically wraps up in terms of all the things that we have. I know you want to talk about one thing,
Yeah.
and it's honestly, I feel like everybody deals with it in some sort of fashion. And for a guy that we all know a little bit about your personal life and some of the stuff that you've been through. So talk a little bit about the mental health aspect of just one's being and what they go through on a day-to-day basis. Because I know you want to talk about it, so I'm just going to give you the mic.
Man, I've been a huge proponent for mental health awareness, especially in men lately, because I feel like society really likes to push the tough guy image on men. And so I went through a really tough breakup at the end of last year that like really messed me up bad, put me in a really bad spot. And I've always told people, like, if I didn't have the girls, my daughters, I don't know if I'd still be around. Like it would put me in a really dark spot. So I've been really trying to reach out to people, like anybody's in a tough spot mentally, you're going through a breakup, lose your job, anything like that, just know that it
Dude, we're hitting something very serious right now.
Hey,
You're
I think
trying
that
to
thing
pick
off
something off his shirt.
There was a
appreciate it.
bug.
It was a bug.
Oh,
it was a bug. It was a bug.
Saved,
All right.
He saved
I'm
me.
looking out for my guy.
But yeah, no, I just, I feel like it's really important for, especially, and I don't mean to bring age into it, but especially like your guys' age
Yeah.
group. I feel like when you're first in college, like you're supposed to be a tough guy, you're supposed to be slick, you're supposed to be hanging out with
Having to
girls,
figure
doing
it
all
out,
this.
yeah.
Man, I am 30 years old, I'm still a bartender, no college degree, like coaching high school basketball. You do not have to have it figured out. Do not get it out on yourself because things aren't falling into place
Absolutely.
with like societal norms. And just mental health checks, man. Check on your friends. Check on the friends that laugh and joke and all that, because those are usually the ones that are the
Yeah,
toughest.
because you never know. A lot of people, they put on they put on a mask.
Oh,
And
yeah.
You see all the cliche and cringy memes on Instagram, like people zipping up a different type of Bible, but it's true.
It's very true.
That's just it's a comedic relief way to kind of image it so people aren't so scared of talking about it. And you see it in athletes, for example, because we all revolve around sports. We kind of need it. It's like a drug for us.
Right.
We kind of feed off of sports, and you see more and more. Kevin Love, DeMar DeRozan. Think about DeMar DeRozan's year. Think about Kevin Love, what he's gone through. Playing with LeBron's not easy.
No.
And then being hurt all the time is not easy. Getting traded from the franchise that you consider to be your home for DeMar DeRozan, your whole career, and wanted to spend your whole career there, and then getting traded for nothing, just like that.
Yep.
Kyrie, all those other guys.
And people just assume because these guys are in the NBA, NFL,
Money doesn't
MLB,
solve all these problems.
that the money solves all your problems.
It helps.
It helps. That's one less thing to worry about. But then, real life happens to everybody. It doesn't matter what your stature is. In the world.
Isaiah Thomas, for example. Sister gets in a car crash, then gets traded after averaging 30 points a game for the Celtics.
Yeah.
People deal with crazy stuff, and
Absolutely.
a lot more crazy stuff is dealt with that the public doesn't know about.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? People have gone through things that we have no clue.
Absolutely.
And I think mental health is important, and I think I think that the number one step and the biggest step is just to say something.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, just admit that you have a problem, because everybody does.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I know a lot of people are scared of it because, you tell somebody you're depressed, they just automatically assume suicide is something that you're thinking about. And, like, I don't know if you guys saw it on my Facebook. I shared an article that was like, I have suicidal thoughts, but I don't want to die. And that is real.
What did I see? I saw another Instagram meme, and it was like a Squidward happy thing, and then a Squidward sad thing. But I didn't even pay attention to that. But it was talking about, he's like, and it was the things where I want to live and I want to die. But it was like, I want to die, but I just want to become a different me. But I don't want to actually kill myself. I don't want to kind of sever the ties. I want to just become a different person and kind of better myself. And it's not so much of, it doesn't have to be suicide. It can be getting help and kind of getting thoughts out of your head like that.
Absolutely. And it's tough. It's tough to live with, especially because, like, I have to put on such a front all the time, like around high school kids, at the bar with my kids. Like, I have to be the happy guy, and then, like, you go home and it's just you by yourself, and that's when it gets the toughest. So my biggest thing is just check on your friends, like, especially if you know somebody's going through something, make sure you reach out to them. Phone line's always open. My line's always open.
That's for sure.
Anybody, like,
Nick's line's always open.
Always. Anybody can hit me up about anything all the time. I'm always ready.
That's awesome, man. We appreciate you talking about that because that's something that's not easy to talk about for sure.
Yeah, that was a big thing we hit on, and I think JC kind of got a little bit into that.
Yeah, JC, JC Gorsman, she plays at Portland.
Right.
She talked about being at a low point in basketball, and she went to go see a sports psychologist, and I've seen one.
Mm-hmm.
Sports, for example, is not easy
Nope.
to navigate because there's only one or two dudes on each team that scores all the points.
Yep.
It's really hard to swallow your pride and actually be able to say and mean it that I'm doing something that's better than myself.
Right.
Being on a team that's something that's bigger than me.
The collective.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's a hard thing for athletes who grew up, scoring, being the guy.
Oh yeah.
To understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like everybody has to go through it at some point. You're either going to get humbled or you have been humbled.
I feel like that's the biggest problem with upcoming athletes, though, is like if you look at, even we can tie this into the NBA. There's only one Pascal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
who thought the Raptors were going to reach on him first round? Who thought he would be playing the way he's playing?
Yep.
And
you could argue we didn't see it at this magnitude. I saw maybe coming off the bench role player.
yeah, no, that's what I thought too. I thought first round, that's a reach. They should have taken him in
me
the
too.
second. He would have been there. But a lot of kids growing up, middle school, high school, their coaches put like, you're the dude, you're the guy, go score, go score,
Yeah.
go score. Then you get a D1 offer, you go D1, and now you're the 7th, 8th guy on the team.
Yeah.
Because you're only 6'3", and you're playing with guys. Your point
I'm
guard
5'10".
6'5". Yeah, right. Like it's athletes really need to look at the sports as a collective. Like, I'm a part of this team. Like, cool, I won an NCAA championship. I played 7 minutes a night.
Or never played.
Like,
Like,
but
think
I
about-
still got a ring.
Joey Baker. Wasn't he like one of the best teammates on that team?
Oh, yeah.
Always, and he was a big time high school recruit. And he will probably play if he plays all 4 years eventually. But that's the type of dude that you could look at and be like, wow, he's really he wants to be part of the team.
Yeah.
Well, the
He's a
thing is,
team guy.
like, there was a time where they had Zion, RJ, Trey, and they had all of the freshmen come in, and they were like, where's Joey at? Like, we need Joey here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's part of this recruiting class. Like, we all have to be here. Joey's the best team out of all of us.
Yeah.
So, like, just being able to have guys with the magnitude of Zion Williamson or RJ Barrett step up and say, we need to get Joey Baker here, who played 0 minutes.
Yeah. And you can even go as far as the walk-ons.
Oh, yeah.
Like they bring so much, and especially at the biggest level, because they never play.
Nope.
Never play. Not even on senior night.
No.
But they're still there. All they do is practice. But they're still part of it. They still get to put on the shirt. They still get to put on the jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'd kill beat to practice.
Right?
with Duke.
Yep.
So would I.
I'd kill to watch a game at Cameron Indoor.
Well, so that's all we have. We're gonna keep Nick around for the rest of the pod, but Nick's story, I love to tell people Nick's story. I remember when I first introduced you two to each other, and I remember telling T like, "Yo, you gotta know more about this guy."
Yeah,
I'm telling
I
the
remember.
story. Told this dude, tell my family. So I'm really excited to send this pod out for people to know more about you because, like you said, people probably don't know that much
No,
about you.
definitely
And
not.
Probably 90% of the people that we talk to,
people probably just see you as a basketball coach or as a dad, and they don't know all these other. So I'm really excited for this story to get out there, and I appreciate you opening it up.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's
Yeah,
not easy.
I
seriously.
appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, cool. So we'll go to NHL. I'm not interested in NHL anymore because the Sharks lost.
I don't care about hockey.
Yeah, so we're headed to Game 7 tomorrow. But Game 7,
Tomorrow.
the Bruins just won. Do you remember Bill from the Doghouse, the regular? The
Yeah.
old dude. Yeah. Every Sunday
Boston
night.
Bill?
Yeah, Boston Bill. Every Sunday night he comes in and I get him his senior tacos or whatever, and we always talk about sports, and he's really stoked about this Game 7 tomorrow, obviously because the Bruins came back down. They were down.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll talk a little bit about Game 6. 5-1, the Bruins won. Two of the goals they scored were 5-on-3s, and one was an empty netter. So you take those away, it's really 3-1. I'm really pulling for the Blues, not being at the Stanley Cup since 1970.
Yep.
It's crazy.
My parents weren't even thought of then.
Thought of?
Weren't even thought of. My grandparents did not think about that in 1970. Shout out to Jim and Seal. and Dennis and Ann. But,
Good old Jeremy Walt.
yeah, good old Jim.
I was born in '69.
Who was?
My dad.
Furman? Furman was born in '69?
Of course.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, game Game 7 is tonight. Pulling for the Blues. That would be a first ever.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, do you watch hockey at all?
So I'm from Minnesota,
Yep.
so I should be way more avid hockey fan.
Yep.
But after I moved out here, it's kind of hard to see hockey on TV.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
definitely not as into it. My brother's a big hockey fan.
So are you a Wild guy?
I am a Wild guy. Wow. I mean, that's...
You're a wild man or what?
A little frisky.
Well, it's already out there.
We'll rephrase that. You're a Minnesota Wild guy.
Yes,
There we
yes,
go.
I am.
All right.
But no, I'm pulling for the Blues. My best friend is a Blues fan, and he's about to have a baby of his own. So
snap.
hopefully, Blues can get a Stanley Cup a couple months before his little one's on the way.
That's
That'd be
good
pretty
timing.
sweet.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that'd be cool.
Well, so Game 7 tonight. I will there's nothing else going on tonight, so I will watch that.
Right.
Want to send a couple Ronas in the back tonight?
No, I'm not sending any Ronas tonight for the NHL Stanley Cup.
All right, well, that's Thursday. Thursday night. We're sending a couple Ronas.
Sure.
Go Warriors. That's all we really got for hockey.
Okay, yeah, let's move it on. FIFA World Cup 13-0.
I need to give a shout out to Alex Morgan.
Brother.
I love you.
Which one do you like? You like Alex
I
Morgan?
like Alex Morgan. I like Carly Lloyd. They all played so well.
Yeah.
Like, I sat there.
How about the
Dude,
passing?
I fell asleep at 5-0, woke up at 12-0, and I was like,
No, so the day went like this. Text Michaela and I was like, hey, I'm stopping at the store. I'm going to get some food so we can watch the game. 27 minutes in, the score is 2-0. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Get to her house. 3 minutes right before half. The score is 3-0. I was like, all right, sick. I see that Alex Morgan already has a goal. Nice. Turn around, and we're cooking it up in the kitchen, and I look up and I see 4. I see 5. There was between like the 53rd and 68th minute. Between those 15 minutes, they scored like 7 goals.
You gotta be a special kind of bad to give up 13 goals.
I saw the stat
Who they
that
play?
Thailand.
Oh, that's
They
good.
scored more goals today than the men have in like their last 10 matches.
Yes.
That
Well,
is
they just got blasted by Venezuela in a friendly.
yeah. And the women are out of their mind. That is such a
5
good team.
goals from Alex Morgan.
Yeah, 5 goals
Yes.
from Bay.
And the sad thing is they had enough opportunities where it could have easily been 15, 16,
oh, yeah.
17,
I mean, you
0.
see the very first non-goal of the game where she was offsides?
Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
she was offsides by like a centimeter.
They put Carly Lloyd in like the 73rd, 74th minute, somewhere around there. And she comes on, and first play, she almost kicks it in.
Yeah.
And then she gets a goal, and then she almost hits 2 more in. And you're just like,
Yeah. Well, I think... who do they play next?
they play Chile next.
Yeah, that's right.
Are they gonna win this thing?
They're,
Like, is
they're,
it-
They won last
they're
year.
favorites.
Yeah.
Last year?
Them and France.
4 years
last,
ago.
Yeah.
Well,
last
yeah,
World
so
Cup.
2
World
years
Cup every
they
year.
won the Olympics 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I
they
know.
won-
They're supposed to win this. I'm just saying, has anyone gone better?
well, France is good.
And
Germany's
you're
good.
in France, so it's
Yeah, so I
technically
mean, yeah,
turf.
Germany's good. I don't know. It'll be good.
What are you laughing about?
Turf, field, pitch.
I was trying to get it the right way.
No, it'll be good.
You can send it.
Dude, okay, I'm
Thailand.
sorry.
The sad thing is Thailand is projected to
No.
make it out of the group.
What? Dude, I want to look at the time of possession
Oh,
statistics.
it was easily 80-20.
Yes, it was terrible. Every time I looked up, we had the ball. I'm like, okay, and so let's talk about this. If you're a player for Thailand,
I'm not playing.
how are you feeling right now? We got blasted 13-0.
I'm just asking what we're getting to eat after the game.
There's nothing you can do at that point.
Hopefully, did you say hopefully not some Thai food? Yeah, because whatever they've been eating is not working.
No, just
But what do you do after that? You just kind of...
what do you do
Go
when
get
you're
some
down?
McDonald's
get on
and
the
call
bus?
it a
What do
day.
you do when you go down 4?
Yeah, okay,
3
so
or 4.
that's my thing about, like, hockey and soccer and baseball. Like, you're down in an NBA game, 12 points with 2 minutes left. That's plenty of time.
Yeah.
That's
You're
only 3 or
down.
4 possessions.
You're down 2-0 in any of those other sports. You
Yeah.
might lose that game.
Yeah.
And if you're down in the first minute,
Yep.
you might lose the game.
Yep.
It's so hard to score that way. Like
Yeah.
you're down 5-0 in a soccer game.
It's a wrap.
If I'm a coach, I'm subbing everybody out.
Yeah.
Everybody go get your
So,
time.
That's the thing. Like if you look, the women's team, they didn't sub out any of their like attack. Like everything they took out was
Dude,
all
they were just
proving a point.
Yeah, they
Put it on 'em!
They took out their back 5, and they just put in people that score.
Hope
So it
someone's
kinda
not the
makes
goalie,
sense.
is she?
No.
She's not, right?
No, not anymore.
It kind of makes. I mean, it's different the World Cup because the goal differential counts. So when it comes
this
down
one
to-
helps.
Yeah. So 13-0, they're advancing. I don't care.
They could lose the next two by 1 goal each and be fine.
Well, the thing is like it also goes by points. So you get 3 points for a win.
Yeah, 3 points.
You get a point for a tie, and then 0 for a loss.
Right.
So you still have to win.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah,
at
you gotta
at
win,
this
but-
point, they can tie.
Yeah.
And they're still chilling because guess what? They have a 13-0 goal differential right now.
I was watching the pregame today, and the commentator's like, "Yeah, I think it would be good if the USA wins like 3-0 or 5-0. I think that's a good statement game."
Yeah.
13-0. I think you made a statement.
That is a statement.
I think you made a statement.
Yeah, what are you thinking if you're another team that has been dubbed as a chance to win? You're like, okay, well, it's 13-0 against Thailand, who's supposed to make it out of this group.
I can't
Well,
believe
the
they're
thing
supposed
is,
to
like,
make it out.
The U.S. and France came in with the exact same odds.
Yeah, well, 13-0.
Yeah.
Well, France won what 4-0.
Like, yeah, nobody had gone above 4 or 5.
Well,
Yeah. 4 I think 4-0 was at the top, and that was France.
Well, then 11 was plenty. 11 tied the record. 12 set the record for most
Wait, so
goals ever in
and
the
then
FIFA
Alex
World
Morgan
Cup.
set the record, right? That's the most.
She's the
She tied it.
second person, second athlete ever to score 5 goals.
I've
in a
never
game.
scored a goal.
I have not. I played soccer for 2 weeks in 7th grade.
I don't want to talk about my soccer experience.
I felt like I had to have that like talk with the coach, like, Coach, I mean, it's been a fun run, but I'm gonna hang him up after this game.
2 weeks.
Let me tell you, I didn't even own cleats.
Oh no, you're out there hooping in sneakers.
Yeah,
Hooping.
Yeah, people hooping sneakers, brother.
yeah,
I was kicking in sneakers.
kicking
Man,
in
that's tough.
sneakers. Yeah, yeah.
So I think I scored 1 goal ever.
Mm-mm.
And I was a defender
Nice.
for the top team in the state. Let me sick brag.
Oh, sick brag.
Shout out to Arsenal back in the day. But
Who coached that, Ball Bully?
no, Bob Bully. Bob Bully would yell at me during soccer games. Like there was not really a sport he would yell at me,
With soccer?
but he would yell at me in soccer. And I was like, dude, shut up.
My parents said nothing during my soccer games.
Yeah, I
Like,
hated
my-
watching you.
My mom didn't care enough about me playing soccer.
There you have it.
Like, my mom's not the biggest soccer fan. And then my dad knows nothing about soccer unless
therefore
it's the World Cup.
Well, yeah.
He just watches and hopes the USA does good.
Oh,
so they had zero idea. Like when I was just like, oh, I guess they won. Nice.
No, see,
Like,
here's
thanks,
I
Dad.
refuse to watch soccer unless it's FIFA World Cup, men's or women's, or it's our girls here. Don't
That means Bryce likes them.
Don't get me started on them. But no, yeah, I refuse to watch soccer unless it's men's or women's World Cup or here.
Olympics are fun.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
but I'd prefer to watch the
I'm
discus.
not watching MLS.
Oh, no thanks.
No, I mean
Not
I'll
watching
watch like Premier League. I'll watch like
I don't watch that.
European soccer is fun to watch because that's where like all of the good players are.
Okay.
shaking
Okay, that's enough. That's enough for soccer. That's it for
Bachelorette.
sports, but we have Bachelorette. So I've seen.
Why do you sound so monotone? That is enough for sports. Now time for Bachelorette. We will now transition over to Bachelorette.
How you do it,
Can
brother?
we get some ASMR?
No, I don't want to. Done with
It
it.
is now time for the
Bachelorette.
Bachelorette.
Video pilot!
You're the pilot. He goes home.
Dude, shut up. God.
Most
not a chance.
wasn't he voted most likely to get a booty call and
But just
cuddle?
to cuddle.
Yeah, most likely to booty call just to cuddle.
Hey, you want to come over? Winky face, we can cuddle. Nice
Okay, so
I've seen like the first 30 minutes.
oh, I can't wait to go home and watch that. I really can't, dude. Like I was at camp today. I was at work just thinking, oh, Hannah B.
Yeah, you
But,
showed me yesterday.
Yeah. Let's see. So me and Ethan, we're gonna talk about. Since he already watched it, who we think's going home.
I'm gonna just spoil it for you.
No, stop. In the rose
Yeah,
ceremony
please do
that
not say
happened last
anything.
night. I think
Wrong.
I think Luke S goes home,
Yeah.
and I think there's a lot. How many will go home?
Well, it's crazy. So
Really?
yeah, it's like something happens to
Oh,
where
God, dude, I
something
need to go
happens
watch
to
it
where
now.
I can give this one to you. Something happens to where one rose gets removed from. So one rose gets removed from the whole thing. So like something happens to where Chris Harrison comes out and takes a rose, so there's one less rose to be given out. So I'll leave you with
Why
that.
would he do that?
You're like actually curious. What did he do?
What is Chris Harrison doing? What?
I smell like the dog's farted again.
Probably.
I think it's your upper lip.
Ooh,
It's probably your chin hair.
Oh! I have a full beard. There you go. All right.
I don't know. I think that's a full beard.
Yeah, but that's a full beard. That's a full beard, but this is a beard.
Chin strap.
Yeah, something happens there.
Have you been watching? You said you haven't really been watching them, so you don't know about the Luke P. Luke S. fiasco.
No, I know. I
Are you still a Luke P. guy?
I don't know.
Dude, the dude picked up and body slammed him in the rugby game.
I'm a Luke P guy.
And then beat him in the head after and said, he was trying to fight with my girl.
Dude, if you think Luke S., little skinny Luke S. is doing anything to Luke P?
He is going for what he wants.
God, yeah, he's
Very drastic measures.
Hannah Bean will be alive in 16 months.
Are you watching this? Have you been watching this?
Are we just
The
spoiling this
judgment in this room right now is.
Dude, I'm telling you, Bachelorette gets me going. No comment. Okay, so I think Luke S. goes home. I think Luke P. stays.
Dude, what does P stand for?
Luke Popcorn. My guy Peter the Pilot is dating Hannah B. now. They made that official.
Yep.
So they're dating.
Here's Flash. Peter's my boyfriend.
What's going on over there?
They're fighting about who, if they're fighting about whether he ruined it or not.
Did you ruin it? Did he ruin Bachelorette for you?
No, he's mad at me.
Why?
Of course, dude.
Because she's
No,
been watching.
zip your lips. Zip it.
Why don't you just suck on your
No,
pen
he's
that you
mad
drink
at
the ink out of?
Okay, Bachelorette, we're not getting anywhere. All I've said is I think Luke S. is going home.
That's it.
Yeah.
What do you think? You want?
I also think.
Okay,
Lucas
what
is
else?
All right, well, I'm going to tell you this.
Wait.
I also think someone goes home.
Okay, wait. If I'm trying to remember correctly, when it previewed last night's episode, is there another beef going on?
I haven't gotten that far yet, but I believe
I think it's Garrett and Jet. I think it's Garrett and Jet.
It's not Jet, it's Jed.
Jet sounds cool.
Jet is that
See, if his name,
He would
if his name
already
was-
had it in the bag if it was
yeah,
Jet.
if his name was Jet, he would win.
Why?
Because he's going to jet by the competition.
Duh, he's gonna fly over everybody.
All right, I'm done with Bachelorette. Okay, so we had a They Got Next segment.
I don't have one.
Winner, chicken dinner.
This was the worst one ever. It was just colors.
let me run this run.
It was close between you two.
I think it won by one vote.
So last week we decided that we were gonna do a They Got Next based off of colors.
Yeah,
so we
mine's the
each
best.
picked one color.
Blue one.
Sorry.
We
Just
each
gotta get
picked
some ASMR.
one color. One
And
for
blue
people
one.
to vote on.
How did yellow beat red?
Because, dude, red's just an ugly color.
You had yellow?
I had yellow.
Okay,
Dude, I'm telling you,
this is what I
people-
think, dude. Yellow's like happiness. And all that
Exactly.
stuff. Red is kind of like.
Okay, but I only lost by one vote. It was
Oh, that sucks.
so therefore it's just someone.
We only had 59 votes.
Okay, therefore I lost by one.
So-
Yeah, no one even wanted to vote for it. We're upwards of 120 on all the other ones.
That's just a weird one.
Yeah, it's just stupid. Like,
Which color
That's
is
a
best?
color.
Blue. It's like something Buddy the Elf would ask. Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color?
So let's hear your embarrassing story.
Dude, I don't have one.
I'll tell yours for you. And you don't want me to tell
Which
it.
one is it? Is it from the...
LA.
No, you're not telling that one. Okay, alright, I went to a party recently.
You went to it.
I went to a party recently. It didn't feel that good. So started not feeling very well. I think I ate some bad tacos from Andales that I got from a massive taco
That's why you
plate.
didn't feel
Yeah.
good?
And I started I couldn't make it home in time, so I started throwing up. Someone got me a bowl, and as I was throwing up, pretty good-looking girls were walking in and out, and they just heard and saw me hurling into a mixing bowl.
So this was a party.
Yes.
That you just didn't feel good at?
No, I didn't.
And you're just, like, give me that, dude. So this is a party that you're just not feeling good at. Where was the party at? Just some house?
Yeah, somehow.
Some house down in Mesilla?
I would like to
No.
point out that I happened to walk by.
Oh.
You were one of the good-looking girls.
Yes, I was.
It was actually a boys' party.
Yeah, I actually showed a little ass, and yeah, that's what it was. No, but I was helping Tennessee, I was taking him to bed because it looked like he was getting real sick. Like he didn't want, like he was tired.
Oh.
That's the assumption I gathered, that he was tired.
Those tacos got to me.
Yeah, I wasn't like, the tacos definitely got to me after, like when I got home. I wasn't.
Yeah, tacos caught up.
But I walked into the room to make sure he was okay before I left. And,
Was that good?
Oh,
I was fine.
He was fine. He was snoring like that train that's blocked from train.
Walk from train.
Yeah. So this is actually a true story.
But I guess the embarrassing part is that there were good-looking girls that I knew pretty well that I think I invited to the party because they were wondering what was going on that night. So I sent them, and then when they walked in, they were probably like, "What is going on? He's throwing up in a mixing bowl from bad tacos."
I got a video sent from 8 different people.
Dude, yeah, I didn't feel good.
8 random people Snapchat me that night, and I'm already in bed, like trying to go to sleep because I'm in Albuquerque.
Right.
And
You're in Albuquerque?
yes, right
I
now.
thought you were here.
Right now, I'm in Albuquerque.
Okay, so continue.
And I'm like, dude, why is my Snapchat blowing up? And every single one I open, it's this dude sitting here in the chair with the bowl like this. Picks his head up. I look in there, just chunks of floating tacos.
Oh, dude, this shit was red.
That's tough.
Bad word.
That's tough.
Dude, that's 2 bad words in one pod.
You missed the other one. 3.
3? What was the other one? Shitty F word?
No, I'm not you.
Oh, okay. Well, I've only said that twice, so.
That's more than I've said it.
Yeah, but you probably have more bad words combined.
Ass.
Yeah.
It's not a bad word.
Bad word.
It's in the Bible.
I don't care. Bad word.
Eat
Bad
it.
word. Would your elementary teacher let you say that without giving you timeout? Or spankings?
Spanking?
What? More spankings?
You never got spanked by your teachers?
No.
Whoa,
Maybe,
buddy.
maybe it's because your mom was your teacher.
Yeah, what kind of elementary school did you go to, dude?
Just like that.
What kind of elementary school did you go to?
I went to Hillrise, the same way. Okay, well, there's T's embarrassing story. That sucked, but.
I don't have any more.
There's plenty. They're just not suitable for.
Yeah, dude, if we had like an
For
X-rated
airtime.
pod,
Yeah, well then everyone would get into it.
that was the story I would
Okay,
tell.
I have so many for you too.
Dude, you can't tell me one of my
Dude,
top
if you
stories.
blank on me, I will beat your ass.
In the shower? Dude, what if we just did one pod where we just
Just let it go.
Drop it off for the boys' sake.
just dished like 2 stories apiece on each other.
Every third
We'd
one.
have
has be a
to. We'd have
customer.
to tell her we'd have to give a warning though to our parents.
Yep,
Don't
you guys
listen
are-
to this.
Or if you
Please.
listen, you're going to think of us differently.
You listen to this, please give me 2 days notice so I can get all my crap
Yeah.
packed up
Yeah.
and moved out.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, that'd be bad. But well, that about wraps up podcast number 16. We want to once again thank Coach Clark for coming on.
Thank you.
And we're definitely. I've been telling people we're gonna make you a recurring guest.
Yep.
We're definitely gonna have you on more.
Oh, yeah.
Just to now that we know who you are, now that we know who you are,
You, the people.
you the people. We'll bring Nick on just to talk more sports and
Do you like baseball?
I am a very casual baseball fan.
Means you don't like it.
I do not actively watch until the playoffs.
there you go.
That's no
I
problem.
do have ESPN updates on my phone. Shout out Minnesota Twins, killing the game right
Oh,
now.
they are so good right now.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Like I'm on the
Started.
team. Thanks. But so I'm down to talk baseball at playoff time when I actually am invested
That's what all right.
into
There we
it.
go. That's the plan because these guys don't know
Do you want
baseball.
to do any baseball talk real quick or no?
No, not with you guys.
We should give him his own 10-minute podcast for baseball.
Yeah, or just leave by himself.
All right, guys. What do you guys think?
Just run to the other side of the table. Well, you know what, man?
Well, you know, me, Tennessee Owens, I hate baseball.
Me, Tennessee Owens. I think that the Chicago Cubs are gonna win the World
I
Series.
do think that. That's my team.
How
Chicago
are
Cubs.
they doing? How are the
How are the Cubs
Blue Jays
doing?
Oh,
No, how are the Blue Jays
the
doing?
Blue Jays are just getting ready to stack up them picks because they are not going to finish above 500.
Yep.
Not even close. I think
That's
they end
tough.
up with like maybe 60 wins.
There you go.
There we go.
They're only at like 27 right now, so
Yeah, at this point we don't really care. So we're gonna wrap this up. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Keep this rolling, and hopefully we get something cool happening. Because we're not very cool.
That's very true.
You're not
We're a bunch of
wrong.
losers.
We could do a poll on if we're cool or not.
That would be
And
stupid.
we
Because
all
then,
have to-
cause then guess what?
Everyone's gonna say
no, and then we're gonna look like idiots.
Well, then, hey, that just
Think about how
proves our
embarrassing that is. Do you guys think we're cool?
Do you guys like? Do you guys
Yes
like
or
our?
no?
Do you guys like our podcast? Yes or no?
Yeah,
And there's gonna be all our friends are gonna say no though.
yeah. Yeah, because anytime you post anything, I love
If I post a poll, you just vote no every time.
All right, well, we're gonna hit you with our what do you call it? Our weekly outro that we do.
Yep.
And wait, what do I say? All right, we'll see you next Wednesday at 10. Go Warriors. We out.
Bye, buddy.
Nice pick.